really good about this spring. Working through some things, when you got a new QB coach in town, he's been really good for us, for our room. Working on some things in my drop. Always that there's things in the off season that you can critique yourself, evaluate yourself, and try to take those things to the field and learn from them. So for me, I felt like there were some things that I got better at, and there's also some things that I need to continue to work on. I'm really hard on myself, so always trying to learn and always trying to improve on some things.
You and Kurt last year were very steadfast in talking about always being ready. I mean, that's what a backup quarterback's job is. This is a unique setting where you've got a quarterback who's been named the starter, but certainly he is an established guy in the league. How does that, for you, sort of make your reps, every rep in practice, very important?
Yeah, all the reps are important. I think at the same time, Jay and Sean and Cav, they know the things that we're trying to take from the meeting rooms to the field, things we're trying to work on and improve on. And I would say for all three of us, we were successful in that. We all have things that we can get better at. For me personally, I thought this offseason went well. I mean, reps are important. You're always battling for reps and always trying to make them count. But for OTAs and for these last 2 days of minicamp, I thought that things went pretty well.
When you're fighting, scratching, and clawing to try to impress, do you look at the other guys, or do you just focus on what you're doing?
I focus on my job most importantly, and the guys that are in the huddle with me. And then I look forward to games. I think that's where you stand out. And so for me, my focus is on improving. Understanding Joe Barry's defense, the blitzes, the things that they're showing us, and in the back of my mind, getting ready for Miami Week 1.
What will you be doing in the next month to get ready for training camp?
I'm going to go home. I'm going to train. I'll probably get together with a few guys a couple times in the next 4 or 5 weeks just to throw the ball a little bit. But most importantly, use this time to continue to get better. I mean, there's some things that you can study. You start watching tape. You start watching quarterbacks on other teams. There's just a lot of ways to improve. And really, it's ramping up to training camp now. This is not really a time to just go home and relax. I think it's just now getting started for me.
What about you guys? You guys coming together as an offensive unit also, Colt. Talk about that. Cully was talking about that's what they have to do on defense.
Yeah, I think offensively and defensively, we've got new guys, a lot of new guys on defense. If I was evaluating them, I would say that they've done a great job. I mean, they're very sound in their fundamentals. Guys are going to be where you think they're going to be, and offensively, I got a couple new guys on the offensive line. Those guys are working really hard with Coach Callahan, and I saw a lot of progress from an offensive standpoint this offseason.
Sorry if you've already been asked, Colt, but working with Cavanaugh, it's only been maybe most of 2 months, but what kind of things have you learned from him? What kind of things have you picked up from just working with him?
Yeah, Cav's been great. He's been around the game for a long time, played for a long time, and been coaching QBs for a while. So he has lots of knowledge that, when you sit down with him and talk about plays, talk about footwork, talk about mechanics, he's seen a lot of guys. And so he is a wealth of knowledge for me and for the other two guys. And so I feel like that's really going to help us.